Hello everybody, Source Codex here, aka Jazz Fusion Guy. It is springtime and it is April and it is my birthday month. Not quite here yet, but this is a video about what have I been buying and shopping for lately. Well, being a Fusion fan, I picked up this Wild Strings bootleg by the Mahavishnu Orchestra, and it's got a good selection of songs in here. Live in Cleveland, 1972. Then I picked up the Mahavishnu Orchestra's The Weaving Visions. Again, another bootleg. Even though the picture shows Rick Laird with John McLaughlin, this is actually the Mahavishnu incarnation number 2, after the first dynamic group broke up. I'm going to be putting this guy up for sale. I'll put a link up to it because, frankly, there was too much talking, too much. Some lady kept, talking during the concert on stage saying, play that bass, Ralph. I'm not into that. So this one's going up for sale. It's got its moments, but not enough for me to keep it. Then I picked up another bootleg, Mahavishnu, notice the spelling, Orchestra. Bootlegs crack me up. Anyway, it's a 2 CD collection, Memorial Weekend in New York. So, we've got all these good songs on here. Live at Harper College, Binghamton, New York, May 12th, 1972. Not bad boot. And another one. This is the Mahavishnu Orchestra Hiroshima live in Japan, 1973. This is a really interesting recording. Jan Hammer does a lot of stretching on this particular bootleg. I just realized I have some more boots I need to go get. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This one came in not too long ago, just a few days ago. Mahavishnu Orchestra, The Battle of Detroit. It's a 2-disc offering. I haven't even listened to this one yet, so I can't comment. But it is live at the Cobo Arena, Detroit, Michigan, December 5th, 1973. I'm looking forward to listening to that. At least this boot, the words are spelled correctly. And by the way, a lot of these boots come from Japan. Now, something I picked up off of eBay. This is a special hybrid multi-channel super audio SACD CD of the Mahavishnu Orchestra's Birds of Fire limited numbered edition. And I can tell you, when I put this thing on and played it through my KRK 6-inch studio monitors, we're talking amazing. So I put my original Birds of Fire CD up for sale. I thought this was so good that I won another one in a bid So at eBay. So this guy's up for sale on eBay and elsewhere, and I'll put up links to it. I believe in passing on the good stuff. Okay, another boot. This one's off of eBay. Came from Mexico. This is a Soft Machine Hazard Profile. And this is live at Syracuse University, New York, 1974. And, of course, Alan Holdsworth is on here, which is the main reason I bought this. And another straight-up Soft Machine CD and DVD with Alan Holdsworth. You can find this show on YouTube, but I wanted a hard copy of it. So, here's some more goodies on the Cuneiform Records label. Okay. Some of you might know that Scott Henderson played with Joe Zawinul in the Zawinul Syndicate. And this is Blackwater. I picked it up. It has its moments with Holdsworth with Henderson riffing it up. So I grabbed it. I also went on Discogs and updated not only this release, but also Holdsworth played on the Immigrants release with the Zawinul Syndicate. And I went in and put credits on every track where Henderson is playing. And I listened to this on Spotify not too long ago, and I really liked it. This is Scott Henderson, The Collection, and came out on the Tone Center label. And there's a lot of good tracks on here. It's worth grabbing. It's not so much a best of as a, hey, let's put this on here and this on here and this on here. So, it's good. I recommend it. Now, a lot of you may have never heard of, I'm going to try and pronounce his name as best as I can, Michael Cousson. Wonderful guitarist out of Canada. This was when he was with the Wild Unit, but many more of you may know that he formed the band Uzeb, U-Z-E-B. But this has got some fine moments, so I added it to my collection as well. Last video I talked about buying a bunch of Steve Hillage. Well, I kept on buying, and this is Madison Square Garden, 1977. This trippy hippie guy right out of Gong can tear up a Fender Strat like nobody I've ever heard. Really skilled guy, really trippy compositions. And I also grabbed his live Herald release. Again, a really solid release. It's amazing how good this stuff sounds being live. Now, for those of you that are into Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush, I went ahead and grabbed a 2 CD collection of Maxum, Child of the Novelty, and Strange Universe. In my humble opinion, if you're going to buy any of these, get Strange Universe. I think that's the strongest of these particular releases. Of course, there's a lot of other Mahogany Rush releases that are really tight. but we're just talking about those on this collection here. Frank Moreno probably sounded like in his singing and compositional wise and his guitar playing as close to the late Jimi Hendrix as anybody I've ever heard release music. Even better than Robin Trower. Okay, quick mention, brief mention. You know, I'm into classical music as well. This is a wonderful collection of kind of hilarious little musics and hilarious tales behind these releases. The Lieutenant KJ Suite and the Harry Janos Suite. But if you buy this, buy it with the Svel Cleveland Orchestra. It is a critically acclaimed recording, and I have to agree. George Svel and the Cleveland Orchestra. That's all the classical. So now, a lot of you know I'm into eclectic musics of all sorts. This is Automatic Writing by Steve Kindler. Now, he's a great violin player. He actually played with the Mahavishnu Orchestra. He played with Jan Hammer. Now, this is a solo release of his early in his solo release career. And I bought, this is rare as hen's teeth, and I bought this thing from a record store in Japan. Excuse me. Wasn't too cheap, wasn't too expensive. It's very hard to find. I already had a digital copy of it, but I wanted it in a hard copy. Digital, as most folks know, is not guaranteed to be around, but a CD, they last a long time. Okay, you know, I uploaded a ton of ambient shows a while back, like, I don't know, 12 or 13 of them. And one of the guys I discovered when YouTube said, copyright warning, was this fellow Jonathan Goldman. And I didn't know anything about him. I talked about him last time I put a video up of stuff I had recently bought. And this is his Celestial Yoga. And I found it very, very relaxing. Very zoning out, tripping out kind of music. I'm big into ambient music. I'm an ambient synthesizer musician myself. And one of the few women in the field is Meg Bowles. And I just bought her Voices from the Ethereal Forest off of Bandcamp. High quality stuff. And Pilgrimage by Meg Bowles. I think I got this off Discogs. I can't remember. Let's see. I thought there was some other Meg Bowles. Well, if there was, I don't know where I put it. Maybe it's still en route. Forgive me for not knowing anything. This is a rare release on the Dowell Atmospheres Auto. How do you say this? Yeah, Atmospheres. This is the release Gensonics. And Aurora is okay, except for all the stinking birds and water dripping and whatnot. I remastered it digitally, this first track, and got rid of most of the bird and the water sounds, so it sounds pretty good. But the really standout track is Marae. Really nice. And this is another rare kind of recording, hard to find. Peter Namlook. Anybody that knows anything about synthesizer work knows about him. And this is, again, is a very rare, hard to find release, The Sunken Road. I heard it on YouTube and put a search out on it on eBay and Discogs, and I finally found it. Now, digging into the Wayback Machine as far as ambient music goes, I sort of rediscovered Robert Scott Thompson, and this is probably an ambient release that kind of put him on the map in the community, called Frontier. And it's really good. I recommend it. It was on the Mirage label, a division of Oasis Productions. So I recommend this. And after I listened to this, I went ahead and said, I'm going to get his Silent Shore release. And again, another strong ambient release I recommend. So I went on Bandcamp and I listened to, actually I went on YouTube and I listened to everything I could of his to find out what I liked the best. And his more recent releases, Escapology, I really liked. Really nice stuff. Really out there, well-constructed ambient electronics. And the last thing to show up by him that I got, I don't know, a couple days ago, it is his 2 CD release, Night and Day. This is volume 1, and this is volume 2. Really good stuff. You know, when you buy stuff off of Bandcamp, you automatically can download WAV files, which is what I've done, and I've listened to all of these. I haven't listened to this as a CD format yet, but I will eventually. Last but not least, a fellow Jason Blake, he's a War guitarist, WARR. He sent me an ambient release called Dreaming in Numbers. I did a quick review of a release of his on YouTube a while back, and he sent me this other stuff. But Dreaming in Numbers, not bad, pretty solid. Last but not least, I bought a DVD called Moogfest 2006 Live. Why did I buy it? Well, I like synthesizers. I have since the first Moog synthesizer was demonstrated in the DC area. I was there, the little nerd with the cassette player. God knows, I wish I could find that tape, but it's long gone. But on this release, you've got Keith Emerson, Jan Hammer, Jordan Rudess, everybody knows him, Roger O'Donnell, no clue, the Mahu Vishnu Project, DJ Logic, and Bernie Worrell. And all these guys are doing their thing on this release, and I haven't watched it yet, but I saw snippets of it on YouTube, so I decided to go ahead and grab it. And eventually, I will do that. So, that's it for now. DVD. Tons of ambient electronic CDs. And this one interesting new agey trippy violin CD. Classical. Oh. Rock and rolla. Sort of progressive rock. Some jazzy fusiony stuff. Good old Scott Henderson tearing it up. Scott Henderson of Tribal Tech. By the way, don't be posting videos of him on YouTube, because very likely he's going to have them pulled immediately. That's what Scott does. But he explained to me why he does such, and I respect him. All right. Of course, Scott Henderson on the Zamanul Syndicate. And again, he's not on every track tearing it up, but he's on a few. So it was worth having it for me. And then, Soft Machine. Bootleg Soft Machine. Amazing Birds of Fire recording. Once in a blue moon in the future, I hope to snag the Intermounting Flame. It never was put out as a SACD. There were rumors, but it never transpired. But you can get it on a Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab Ultra Disc recordings. But people are selling that on eBay for like $300 and $500. You think I'm going to pay that? No. But I hope to luck up on it someday. Their first release. Boots. Boots. Oh, this one goes up for sale. No, that one doesn't go up for sale. This one goes up for sale along with that other Mahavishnu Orchestra. Boots and boots. So it's been a boot crazy purchasing month or two. However long it's been since my last video of grabbing such. And I hope some of you may have discovered something new. And look for these guys. I'm going to put the link in the description down below of where you can buy them. Fairly priced in my humble opinion as to what they're worth. Okay, so this is Source Codex signing off. I've got to stop buying music. There's no more room.